When I was 15, my mom and I went through a scary experience. Ever since, I've looked over my shoulders while out alone, whether it was during the day or night. It was a Friday, the first day of summer, where me and my mom decided to go to McDonald's for a bite to eat and spend time together. One for breakfast and later for lunch. 5 o'clock in the morning was when she woke me up. I got ready first, then she did. Around 7 o'clock was the time we left out after getting ready. We wanted to leave early and get to McDonald's because the one we went to had a bit of a long line that consisted of more than 5 people. As we got outside into the car, my mom and I saw a man on what we assumed to be his porch looking at me with a blank stare. As we walked to the car, I noticed he stared at me the whole time. He was wearing a dark blue hoodie and jeans. Then I didn't think much of it. My mom was taller than me. I was a little shorter than her, being 5'5", while she was 5'10". So I looked up at her as she was staring back at the man with a face that showed she was evidently irritated. Honestly, I don't know or remember why I did this, but back then and now I really wish I hadn't. I gave the man a smile and waved to him as a kind gesture. He didn't wave back, which kind of hurt. He gave me a huge smile. When I saw this, I was creeped out because of how big his smile was. He looked kind of sinister. My mom just told me to get in the car so we can go to McDonald's. I listened and got into the front passenger seat. When she drove off, I looked back to see the man follow us. I thought maybe the man had somewhere he needed to be, or he actually could be following us. At that point, I wanted to tell my mom, but I didn't want to worry her. Thinking back, I know I should have. It took us 10 minutes to get to McDonald's. As we got there, we went into the restaurant of McDonald's. There were only a few people in there. I'd say about 5. 2 of them were ordering their food. We got behind them and waited for them to be done. When it was our turn, we both said that we wanted and paid for the food. The employee at the register gave my mom the receipt and we went to go sit down. There were seats on the left and right side of the McDonald's. On the right side was where the bathroom was close to. We sat on the right side but close to the front door of the McDonald's. About 2 minutes had passed and someone entered the McDonald's. It was a man we saw earlier. Everyone looked at him as if he was crazy for wearing a hoodie while it was almost summer as everyone else was wearing short sleeves and shorts. As were me and my mom. Looking around the McDonald's, the man immediately made eye contact with me and smiled. I smiled back, not trying to come off as mean, then started looking to my mom and talking to her about school stuff. The man sat down close to where we were. He sat behind my mom, and I looked at her as she shrugged her shoulders and raised her eyebrows. Then the employee at the register called us to get our food. My mom got up to get it. When she did, the man looked at me and smiled again. He said hello, and I looked down at the table before waving his direction. I then looked at where my mom was and saw she was getting herself a drink. As I was looking at her, I saw the man and heard him mumble, "You could have at least said hello back." I was weirded out after that. My mom asked me what I wanted to drink, and I said Sprite, then looked back down at the table. I had my phone with me, but didn't want to take it out because I was going to be eating. My mom came to the table we were sitting down at, putting everything we wanted at the table. We both got breakfast sandwiches, cookies, and drinks. I got Sprite, of course, while she got water. Moments while eating, I felt the need to use the bathroom and told my mom this. She said okay and waited for me and told me to be very careful. I knew what that meant. I got up to go to the bathroom. On my way, I didn't look at the man because I was afraid he was staring at me the whole time. I got into the bathroom. Whenever using a public bathroom, I like to use it when no one is in sight. No one was outside of the stalls, and the stalls were closed, so I got on my knees and peeped to see that nobody was in any of the stalls. There were 3 stalls and 3 urinals in total. I closed the stall. I chose the stall in the middle. I went in and began to relieve myself. When I did, I got ready to leave when I heard the bathroom door open, then close. Someone came in. Whoever came in walked into the bathroom and closed to where I was. Thinking that it was my mom, I called to her. She didn't answer though. I called again. She still didn't say anything. At that point, I looked down and saw someone's shoes in front of the stall door that I was in. However, whoever it was starting to try and open the stall door. I told whoever it was that the stall was already taken, but they didn't listen. Instead, they began to shake the stall door wildly. Given the fact that I told them the stall I was in was taken, I was afraid. They went from shaking the door to full-on ramming into it. I started to yell out of fear and told them to stop. They did, but they didn't leave right away. They got onto their hands and knees, and it was the same man who I saw earlier. He said hello with a creepy grin, and that's when my mom burst through the door and yelled at the man to get away. As soon as she did, the man got up and ran. However, I heard signs of struggling, and people calling the man a creep and a pervert. My mom came to me and said that it was safe to come out. When I got out of the bathroom, I saw the employee who took our order had the man pinned down on his stomach. My mom called the police, and when they got there, the man was arrested and charged with endangerment of a minor. I don't know what that man was planning on doing to me if he got to me, but I'm glad I never found out. And ever since this happened, me and my mom never looked at McDonald's the same way and refused to go there from now on.